All right, what's good? What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the show, man. Recap with Mo, where we getting ready to get into another episode breakdown of Tyler Perry's Zatima, all right? But before we get into this thing, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss shit that's going down right here, all right? So we're getting ready to talk about this emotional roller coaster, man, of an episode number 13, titled Never Too Late, all right? So the synopsis for this episode states that when Zach confronts his mom and brother in therapy, Fatima sees the emotional abuse he's endured, and Nathan tries to discourage Deja from suing Fatima. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this thing. All right, man, I don't even know where the hell to start. And I'm sorry to start it off like that, but this episode starts off with a bang. First and foremost, let me give my man Duvall his due, man. Like the acting on on Zatima, man, has been ridiculous, man, and not in a bad way. Like, quite honestly, I'm loving the acting on this series far better than I'm liking it on Sistas, all right? Now, when it comes to the emotional scenes, the tears, the quivering of the lips and shit like that, I'm like, damn it, they are doing their thing on this series that in a way that we did not see it in Sisters, right? So the tears, the everything was just phenomenal, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and give you and my sister her props, man. Everything, even the mom and Jeremiah, all of y'all are doing y'all's thing, man, because I'm hating the mom right now so very badly. And it's crazy because I was like, how the hell you gonna do my brother like that? But at the same time, she's playing a role, y'all. So I gotta think about it like that. But anyhow, we kicked this episode off with Zach, his mom, Miss Gladys, and Jeremiah, of course, with Dr. Reed and Fatima. So they're sitting in the therapist's office, and we left off where Fatima has showed up. Dr. Reed is like, look, I need you to just calm down. I got something to show you. If you don't want to do it, just let me know. So we ended the previous episode with Fatima entering the room, by the way. So when she enters the room, we see all of them in there, and she was like, what the hell is going on? So anyhow, back up to date now. We see where Zach is trying to have this conversation with his mom and his brother, and he pretty much tells them, like, I gotta let y'all go. Like, everything that I've been trying to do, I've been trying to love y'all, and it has not been beneficial for me, because at this point, I'm missing out on the best thing that has ever happened to me, right? So, his mom, like, the things that were coming out of her mouth, the things that was coming out of his brother Jeremiah's mouth, like the whole thing, like, why are you begging this woman? Like, you could tell that they're, like I said, they playing the hell out of these roles, but at the same time, you know, his mom, like, going into this whole spiel about, look, you said you were going to give me some money. Like, I'm only here so I can get this paper, and I'm getting ready to go. Same thing for Jeremiah. Like, her attention is not on her son. It's on this paper, and I'm here to just get that. I'm not here to see that you get better. I'm not here to see that you can resolve your issues and move forward with this beautiful woman over here that's sitting by your side, that's crying along with you, because that's not what I'm here for, and it's never been that type of situation between us, all right? Because she lets him know that, look, I gave you birth, and pretty much that's all I owe you. And then she goes on to, I'm like, and then she goes on to say, like, I should have aborted your ass. And then, as a matter of fact, ain't nobody ever loved you. Like, I took your ass to your dad. Your dad didn't want you. And as a matter of fact, he kicked me so damn hard I almost dropped you. So I'm like, what in the hell is going on? Like this? Oh man, it was a tearjerker, man. And I held it in like a soldier. But I was mad as hell. Like, no child deserves to be treated in that fashion. They did not ask to be here. We brought them here, And we're supposed to love and cherish them and educate them how to be great human beings in this world. So I was mad as hell, y'all, as a father, as a parent, man. It made me mad as hell because I could not fathom treating my kids like this, man. It was ridiculous, man. But anyhow, long story short, I was glad that Fatima was able to see, because the things that she was hearing from his mom and his brother, like from the point that, he served Jeremiah, I believe he stated that he served 20 years in prison for Zach. He took the rep for Zach. And I was like, okay. So Fatima was like, for real? So that, and then I think he said something else. No, I think Zach said at the age of 9, you had me out here doing armed robberies. And then the messed up part about it is Zach didn't even get the benefit from the robberies that he was doing, because they were taking the money and leaving him at home by himself. Like, it was just crazy. So Fatima is seeing all of this. Now, Fatima, after everybody leaves, the mama gets what she wants, Jeremiah gets what he wants, she leaves. After Zach tells her what he wants her to know, that's it. Fatima's like, I'm glad that you were able to do this. It took me a while to get to the point where I can bring my mom, my parents into this situation, because her situation is effed up as well. All right? So, anyhow, she tells him all of that, but at the same time, she needs him to understand that I need you to work on yourself before you can get back to, possibly getting back with me, which is understandable. Secondly, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. No, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now. Why in the hell did Zach not tell her at this point, right here and now, that I did not sleep with Connie? All right, this would have been the proper time to do all of that right here and now, while you had Dr. Reed in the corner. And then she possibly could have gotten to the point like, why did you not tell me that, instead of telling her later? I just don't know why he didn't do that. Because you're talking about, I just can't lose you. I can't lose you, Fatima. But at the same time, this is the major reason why she's leaving you, because her rules are don't lie and don't cheat. You cheated. You see what I'm saying? In her mind, you cheated because you said you effed her. So I don't know what his rationale was with that. But anyhow, going on from there, we see Fatima obviously sitting out there crying, boo-hooing her eyes out in the car. Of course, Paul is there. Now, I don't know how the hell Paul knows that she is there, unless Dr. Reed has alerted him that she was going to come up there. So he's just sitting out in the parking lot waiting for her to come, because I don't believe that he dropped her ass off. So it's just ironic to me that Paul just so happens to show up just in the nick of time to talk to Fatima. And then he goes out there and he's like, look, I guess we're not going to have our date tonight. And she was like, well, I'm not going to be great company or whatnot. So anyhow, he goes on to say, look, all right, so let's still go out. I'm going to try my best to cheer you up. I'm going to be a great listener. Now, she just told you that she ain't doing too much damn talking. So what in the hell are you listening to? The music in the background? But I see your play, my brother. I ain't mad at you. But I'm mad at you at the same time, because you're totally missing what this woman is trying to convey to you. Anyhow, since we're talking about people communicating, we finally see Ashley and Bryce having a conversation at her crib, where she's packed all of his shit in a small little box. And he was like, oh, you already got my stuff packed up. She was like, well, it wasn't that much to begin with. So anyhow, he was like, well, can we still be friends? She was like, no, as a matter of fact, we can't do that. And he was like, okay, well, you said that we could. She was like, well, I thought about it. And I was like, okay, damn, Ashley, you've been a little bit harsh, about this whole situation. They talk a little bit about Zach. She tells him that Zach and Fatima are no more. They've broken off everything. And he was like, yeah, Zach told me that, and I hope that he gets better. He's going through a whole lot of things. Also, their relationship is not the best right now. And he tells her that, he and Zach, they've been bumping heads a little bit ever since that situation has gone down previously. So anyhow, she was like, well, what in the hell do you think was going to go on? What did you think was going to happen? Like, you did try to, do. You see what I'm saying? So anyhow, he was like, yeah, I understand it, but I just don't understand why he's still mad about the situation. So anyhow, while they're still in the midst of their conversation, in walks Fatima. And of course, Ashley is like, look, you can go now. You got your shit. Bye-bye. So anyhow, going on from there, Fatima's like, everything good? Ashley is like, yeah, everything is good. He was just coming to get his stuff. Anyhow, Ashley is like, okay, so what's going on with you? So she was like, well, look, Zach saw his therapist today. And she was like, oh, that's good. And she was like, the whole situation with his mom and his brother, they were there, and it was sad. And you could tell that she was emotionally drained from even being involved in this whole session. And Angela was like, look, are you going to give him another chance? Fatima's like, no, as a matter of fact, I'm actually going back out with Paul tonight. And Ashley was like, hold on, wait a minute. Do you even like this? And she was like, yeah, I do. And she was like, look, I'm looking out for me and I'm seeing how I feel. And she was like, well, what if Zach hooks up with someone else? Like, are you going to be mad about it? And Fatima was like, okay, he can do what he want to do, essentially. But she knows deep down inside that she doesn't mean that shit at all. You see what I'm saying? She's trying to hold up, but emotionally she's not there, and she doesn't mean it. And then she goes on to try to cover it up by saying, look, I'm going to have this cute little dress on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're going to go out to open mic once again. I really enjoyed myself. So Angela is like, okay. So anyhow, since we talking about nice little dresses, we're going to head over to Brother Zach's house where we see fine-ass Deja getting out of that red car. And who do we see along with her? Brother Nathaniel. Now, I do not know why he's over there. I do not know why he's assisting Deja. Well, I do know why he stated why he was over there, but obviously that wasn't what he was trying to do. And we'll talk about that. But anyhow, Zach just so happens to come out of his crib at the same time. Deja is on her way over there to see what's going on with her potential boo. And Nate is trying to hold her back or hold her or support her or whatever. And Zach is like, look, you need to stay on your side. Whatever y'all got going on, I don't want to know shit that's going down. Y'all need to stay over there, all right? So anyhow, she tells him she asked him, has his girl received those papers or whatnot? Because she's suing Fatima for, damaging her neck or whatever. I don't see no damage because the way she moving right now, I just don't know. But anyhow, Zach is like, look, I don't want anything to do with this. Whatever y'all got going on, whatever you talking about with that whole Fatima thing, I don't want nothing to do with it. So he was like, look, I just need you to just head back into your crib, take her on in there. Deja is like, look, what's going on with you? Like, I could tell something ain't right with you. See, she's in tune with her potential boo. See, that's what you got to do. You got to be in tune with your potential boo so you can get in there. And she got her eyes on the prize, just like Paul has his eyes on the prize. And Deja is foreseeing the future. So anyhow, going on from there, Nate walks her to her door, trying to go in with her, along with her or whatnot. And she was like, hold on, wait a minute, where you going? He was like, I'm going in with you. She was like, oh, no, you're not. Like, word on the street is you ain't got no place to go. You ain't got no job or nothing like that. No money don't come in here. No money folks don't come in here. Essentially, that's what she So his ass had to leave there, and then he had to come over there to his boy's house and knock on the door. So anyhow, Zach lets him in. Nate is like, you good? What's up? Zach is like, look, man, I'm good. Why you checking in on me? I'm good, bro. So Zach is like, look, Nate, what do you want, man? What do you want, bro? And Nate is just sitting there trying to tell him, all that stuff that went down with, with Fatima and what's her name, Deja. I tried to kill that. I told her, whoop, whoop, whoop. Zach ain't trying to hear that, bro. And then as a matter of fact, he was like, look, man, he's pissed off right now because he feels some type of way about this whole situation with Fatima. And then he's thinking about you and all the shit you've been doing with him and Fatima. Like, why you hating? Like, hating Nate. That's what I'm going to start calling you, bro. Hating Nate. Because it's obvious that you feel some type of way about Fatima and Zach being together. And Zach is like, nobody wants us to be together. Everybody is trying to kill what we got. Now, Zach, you got to put a little bit of this blame on yourself. No one is always against you, brother. Some of this is because you got these issues that you have yet to resolve, and you are making these issues be what they are. All right, so you got to take the ownership upon yourself, man. Going on from there, Nate actually leaves that crib, and we head over to another crib where we see Fatima coming down in that red dress that I love so dear, and she's sitting down with Ashley. Ashley is like, hell yeah, I see where you're going. And she was like, did you find out that if Belinda was going to be at the club tonight? Ashley was like, yeah, she's definitely going to be there tonight. Of course, Fatima is feeling some type of way about that. And she was like, look, don't worry about it. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be able to distract her or whatnot. She said, I'm good at distracting people. I was like, hell yeah, she is. Right now, she distracted me. But anyhow... Anyhow, she was like, I'm going to go ahead and get dressed too. And all of a sudden, there's a knock on the door. So she was like, oh, that must be Paul. I think that's Paul. So anyhow, Ashley goes and opens the door. And it's my brother Zach dressed down in black. And he's at the door all suave like. So Ashley tries to close the door. She was like, look, Zach, Fatima ain't here. He was like, shut all of that down. I've already seen Fatima drop it like it's hot behind the counter, all right? Go on and come on out. Fatima's like, look, go on and let him in. Go on and let him in. Angela is like, you sure? She was like, yeah, I'm sure. So anyhow, Angela is like, okay, I'm going to roll on out. So as she's leaving, Zach takes this opportunity to have this heart-to-heart with Fatima to tell her face-to-face that he did not sleep with Connie. Now, I don't know why this man waited so damn long to tell her that he did not sleep with Connie when this was the whole situation in the first place. Now, the messed up part about it is when he tells her, she says nothing. Not for real, because he's like, okay, that's it. And she was like, okay, what do you want? And then she says, well, that's too bad because I've already effed around with Paul. And I'm going to do it again tonight. So I don't know why she's lying at this point. Like, let's resolve this. Like, let's sit down and talk like two grown-ass adults. But obviously, that's not what it's going to be. Angela comes up and she tells Fatima that her boy is outside. Or her ride is outside, rather. So she goes ahead and leaves. Zach is still there, mean mugging the situation like he can't believe that it's going down like this. So anyhow, he and Angela have a heart-to-heart. And he's like, look, Angela, I love that girl, like with everything within me. And I can't believe that I've effed up this bad. And she was like, yeah, you messed up. Like, you were sleeping with, another woman. And she tells him something that I hope sticks with him a little bit. She says, when my girl is done with something, there's no looking back. And she was like, look, you can't F around on Fatima and think that she's going to come back to you. And he was like, no, I didn't do that. Well, she says that's what she believes. Another thing that, Zach brings up, and I know I've been calling Angela Ashley. I don't know why the hell I keep that in my mind. But anyhow, he pretty much says that he can't understand why she stopped having sex with him. Like, for him, obviously, that's a big thing. And when you get involved in relationships, you got to know the things that your spouse or your mate, your significant other wants, like their desires, some of the things they can't not go without. Unlike other things, like you got to know the things that they can go without. So with Zach, it's an absolute that he must have that thing on the regular. If not, he's going to start looking other ways. Now, that's not a cop-out on Zach, because I'm looking at Zach. If you're trying to be married to this woman, then you need to commit to this woman and tell her what you need. Obviously, she knows that you desire sex because she even bought you a sex toy. So we're going to leave it there, my brother. But at the same time, y'all got to be honest, like from the get-go. And I'm glad that he's finally seen that. And he's telling Angela that that's the reason why I'm going to see Dr. Reed right now, to correct this shit, because I don't know what the hell to do, all right, at this point. And she was like, look, Zach, I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're smart. I think I think you're handsome, all of these things. But I also think that you and Fatima make a good couple. And I honestly believe that. They're dysfunctional as hell, but they make a good couple. They complement one another well. Now, Angela does go on to say, after all of the things that she said great about Zach, she also says that I do not want you with her if you're going to hurt her because she's been through so very much. Well, Zach is like, she ain't the only person that's been through a lot. And then she sort of segues into the whole situation with Bryce. Like, I need you to be nicer to Bryce because of the whole conversation that she and Bryce had. And, you know, she wants him, like, I just need you to know that if you're nice to Bryce, I can also be nice as a friend towards Fatima and put good words in her ear about you. All right. So anyhow, he was like, look, I'm going to just go ahead and let you know this one time. Because all this time, Angela is trying to tell him, like, you just need to move on. He was like, look, I'm telling you this right now. I'm not moving on. I love this girl too much. And he's telling her that I'm not going to give up my fight on winning Fatima back. And then that exits the building and he does a complete mic drop. And that's it. All right. So that's the end of the episode, y'all. Like I stated, I didn't even know how to start this one. I hesitated a little bit when I was trying to put this. I actually redid this thing a couple of times in the beginning because I just didn't know how to do it mentally. So, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty much it, man. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this recap. And I got part 2 coming up for episode number 14 as well. So please like and subscribe to this channel so y'all don't miss shiznit that's going down. By the way, if you have yet to catch my recap on Caught Up by Tyler Perry as well with our girl Deja, her character over there is Jazzy. Please check that out as well. I got episodes 1 and 2 up. I'm getting ready to drop episodes 3 and 4 as well. So stay tuned. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.